Hello there. In this video, I'm going to show you how to analyze pixel fires. Using Analyze Pixels, you can evaluate how the pixels you have placed are firing. From the company dashboard, which is where I am right now, you can navigate to Analyze Pixels by selecting it from the Analyze menu. Here, within Analyze Pixels, you can see all the pixels that have been placed for the selected company or advertiser, and how each of those pixels are firing. You'll see that there are two major components to analyze campaigns: the pixel graph in the top section and the data table in the bottom section. The pixel graph will display all the selected pixels currently on the data table. You'll notice that the lines on the pixel graph are color-coded to match the color-coded checkboxes on the data table. Let's start by defining some of the columns on the data table, and then we'll go through the various options for modifying the Analyze Pixels view. The first column is checkbox. You can select and deselect individual pixels on the table by using this option. All selected or checked pixels will be displayed on the pixel graph above. The next column is ID. This is the rocket fuel pixel ID that is generated when a new pixel is created. The name column is the pixel name that was entered when the pixel was created. Type is the label that was selected for the pixel type when the pixel was created. You'll see here in my example that I have conversion, tracking, and landing pixel types for this particular advertiser. Next, we have messaged fires. This is the number of pixel fires from users who had been previously messaged by a rocket fuel ad. In order for a pixel fire to be credited, the campaign ID of the ad must match the campaign ID to which the pixel is assigned. Pixel fires are attributed to the last ad shown to that user. Post-click is the number of pixel fires from users who have previously clicked on a rocket fuel ad. The time between the click and the pixel fire must be shorter than the click attribution window set for that pixel. Post view is the number of pixel fires from users who have been previously messaged by a rocket fuel ad. The time between the ad view and the pixel fire must be within the pixels view attribution window. Pixel fires are attributed to the last ad shown to that user unless that user had previously clicked on that ad. Unmessaged fires is the number of pixel fires from users who have not been messaged by a rocket fuel ad. Total fires is the sum of all messaged and unmessaged pixel fires. You can also refer to messaged fires as credited fires and unmessaged fires as uncredited fires. Finally, we have messaged percent. This is the ratio of messaged pixel fires to the total pixel fires. Now let's talk about the options for modifying the Analyze Pixels view. By default, Analyze Pixels shows data for the last 2 weeks. You can easily change this by selecting your desired date range from the drop-down calendar menu. Select your start date first, and then your end date. Select the X to close the menu. This updates both the pixel graph and the data table. Next, we have time zone. If there are any additional time zones used within this advertiser other than the default America, New York, then you'll also have the option to toggle to that other time zone. This would allow you to get an even more accurate view of the pixel fires based on that time zone. Otherwise, there won't be any time zones displayed in the menu other than America, New York. Next, we have pixel type. In this drop-down menu, you can select what type of pixel information you'd like to see displayed on the pixel graph. For example, post-click or post-view. By default, total fires is displayed. Now let's take a look at the options you have for modifying the data table below. Let's start with granularity. The granularity option lets you toggle from the default of full date range to month, week, or day. Selecting any one of these will group your pixel data on the table accordingly. For example, if I were to select week, then my pixel data would be grouped and displayed by each week within my selected date range at the top. As you can see over at the right, the column week has been added in, and I can see the weeks within my date range. Now let's look at slices just below granularity. The Slices option lets you slice your pixel data by the selected categories displayed. For example, if I select Campaign, then the information for each pixel would be sliced and grouped by campaign. As you can see, the column Campaign has now been added to the right. If I also select Flight, then the information for each pixel would be sliced and grouped by both campaign and flight. As you can see, the column Flight has also been added to my data table over to the right. Finally, we have the Export CSV button here above the graph. Clicking Export CSV will automatically generate and download a CSV file of the pixel data table. All of the columns and data displayed on the data table will be included in the CSV file. Please note, the pixel graph is not exported, only the data table. This concludes our video on analyzing pixel fires.